The planet has been taken, Father. The Third-Eyed King pledges eternal loyalty to your cause.
He accepted my terms.
Eventually. Stop it.
Why? By the look of it, you seemed content enough at the time.
I was a prisoner.
You were a warrior.
I didn't ask for it.
You didn't refuse. After my planet died, I had nothing. No one. And I thought I never would. And I was all right with that. I had a new vocation. Then I found you. And at my side, you became the fiercest woman in the galaxy. That's why I chose you to find the Soul Stone.
I'm sorry I disappointed you.
I am disappointed. Not because you didn't find it. But because you did. And you lied. I never wanted to force you into anything. That's why, when you left me all those years ago, I allowed it.
You allowed it?
You haven't been under the impression you escaped.
Hey everybody, we got more deleted scenes to break down, this one all about the Soul Stone, so if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the Marvel videos. There's new Infinity War Blu-ray giveaway stuff I'll explain at the end of the video too. This scene actually goes on for quite a bit longer, but it's her just reiterating how much she hated her life with Thanos, and him revealing the depths of how far back this plan went to assemble the Infinity Gauntlet. So per his conversation with her, he says that he chose her and knew that she would become his favorite and the one to find the Soul Stone, or the one that he would send to find the Soul Stone, because he may have understood a little bit about the price that he would have to pay eventually in order to wield it. So you have to imagine that in this moment here back on her planet, when he gives her the knife, perfectly balanced as all things should be, he had the idea that she might eventually become Gamora, deadliest woman in the galaxy, as we see her in this other flashback here. So even though Gamora in present day is saying that that was all bullcrap and he was making this up, she never loved any of this, that's not totally true. But if you're not a big comic book reader, the whole thing about Gamora is that she was totally Team Thanos for most of her life until she ran into the Guardians of the Galaxy. The change that the movies made is that she came to that conclusion on her own while she was working for Thanos, eradicating all these people. Like when he's asking about that random mission that she just went on and she throws that king's head on the floor, oh, he submitted to our terms eventually. The idea is that she just did that all the time. Thanos was going around from planet to planet, slow, old school style, eradicating half of the population. The gauntlet was going to give him the ability to do that with a snap of his fingers. So even if it had taken him another 1,000 years to find the Soul Stone, he still would have gone around planet to planet, eradicating half of the population. That's how nuts he was. The Russos gave it this religious connotation, like he's this holy man on a mission. That's why he takes his armor off, like he can't be deterred, he believes his cause is righteous. The other thing this scene does is it adds context to why Thanos waited so long to get up off the chair while he was sitting in Sanctuary while all these movies were happening to collect the gems himself.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
The movie doesn't totally make it clear. This scene gives you a little more context for that decision, but the Russos said specifically that it was because he had to wait for the location of the Soul Stone to surface. That was the one thing that he didn't know about. He knew where all the other stones were. Remember, he gave the Mind Stone to Loki to go get the Tesseract, so that's why it was so easy for him to go around and collect all 5, and the Soul Stone was the one that took a little bit longer, because He had set Gamora up all those years ago to become his favorite, train her to be the finest warrior, one, so that she'd be super awesome and badass, but two, mostly so that she'd be able to defeat any challenge put forth to her in order to obtain the Soul Stone. Like Thanos knew that there was a secret treasure in a dungeon protected by a Red Skull, probably didn't know about the Red Skull part, but in every dungeon, to attain that treasure, you have to beat some challenge, so that's why he trained his children to be such badasses. He had just felt initially like Gamora had the most potential of all his children. Same deal for the rest of his children like the Black Order, training them to be powerful enough to defeat anyone they needed to get their hands on the stones when the time came to assemble the Infinity Gauntlet.
Your powers are quaint. You must be popular with children.
It's a simple spell, but quite unbreakable.
Then I'll take it off your corpse.
But it all just depended on finding out where the Soul Stone was. There weren't any deleted scenes with the Red Skull, but the Russos did explain the reason why they specifically chose that character was one to sort of pay off the end of Captain America First Avenger, where he just ports off into space, but also because thematically it worked with the way they wrote the character. Like he said that he was obsessed with the stones and now he was destined never to possess them, but now he's trapped leading others to find them. Like there's some sort of divine cosmic justice in that. But of all the characters that they could have picked and brought back to be this ghostly aspect of death, they brought back him because he was so obsessed with the Infinity Stones, and this movie was all about the Infinity Stones.
How is it you know this place so well?
A lifetime ago, I too sought the stones. I even held one in my hand. But it cast me out, banished me here, guiding others to a treasure I cannot possess.
Hela probably would have been the backup choice because she is the mistress of death, and within the MCU specifically they say that the Soul Stone controls life and death. It's a little bit different in the comics. They say that it preserves life after death. So important distinction to know. I think I did a video after the movie came out where I explained why it's necessary that you have all 6 of the gem's powers in order to be able to snap half of all life at the same time. Because you get into time space, you have to remember that all of life was being winked out of existence simultaneously. The only reason why you have scenes where some characters disappear after others, like why Spider-Man was the last one to disappear, is because the Russos said that he was using his insane Spider-Man levels of strength to withstand what was happening. I don't totally buy their explanation. I think it was mostly for dramatic effect. Like they wanted him to be the last one to go out so that Tony would be left there in this moment here, but they sort of had reverse logic when people questioned him about it. Like, how come it's taking so long for this to happen? Because Star-Lord just winked right out of existence and he's half Celestial. So there you have it, that's the Russos' explanation. But don't worry, there's plenty more Marvel stuff happening, and they just dropped a whole bunch of details about the next Batman solo movie that's going to happen. So I'll do a Batman video tomorrow morning. There's a new round of that Infinity War Blu-ray giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. I'll name a winner when I post new Marvel. Click here for that brand new Spider-Man Far From Home teaser, and click here for that brand new Venom trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.